As many of us know, San Diego County is steeped in history from its topography, diverse culture, and varied ethnicities.
But a local archaeologist hit the jackpot when he unearthed an unusual find deep in the mountains. Phil Farrar has more on this historical dig.
This is Palomar Mountain, 4,000 feet above sea level. San Diego State University archaeologist Seth Malios and students chipping away for the past 8 years at history. Inch by inch, they scraped away to find the home of Nate Harrison.
Nate Harrison was born a slave in Kentucky in the 1830s. And then he's brought west for the gold rush, 1840s, 1850s. His owner dies, and he ends up migrating southward. And California had very strict fugitive slave laws at the time. This was a very hostile environment, and he ends up settling up here probably around the 1860s. And we were excited about studying Nate Harrison.
Professor Malio says Harrison's story is about overcoming hardship. He was able to mix in with Native American, Mexican, and Anglos, something unheard of in San Diego at that time, but not up on the mountaintop. He built this home in the 1860s. It may not be aesthetically pleasing, but it was Harrison's home and what he was accustomed to.
This cabin was made out of stone. It had a wood shake roof, but everything else was stone. One of the neat things is it's a perfect 11-foot square. I've dug a lot of slave quarters in the South, and they were all squares. Anglos build rectangular structures. Let me tell you, African Americans typically build square structures, and furthermore, small houses with big yards.
Nate Harrison was characterized as a mountain man, a rancher, and a very charismatic storyteller. People would come from miles and miles just to have their picture taken with him. On top of the mountain, he was the man.
In all of San Diego County, you know, you may think it's Alonzo Horton or Wyatt Earp or any of the famous early San Diegos. More photos of Nate Harrison, and think about it. People had to know in advance they were going to take his photo to bring a camera all the way up the mountain. And it was their way of proving that they had made it to the top.
Malios and his students have collected thousands of artifacts left behind by Harrison. One of the more interesting ones will never be moved, but will be able to be seen by all.
There was a story that Nate Harrison had left a shovel leaning against a tree, and I never knew if it was true or not. And then the fire burned through here last year, and what it ended up exposing is that story is true, because there is the shovel blade inside of this tree.
The shovel wrapped around the tree, and a pioneering black man wrapped up in the mountains away from urban prejudices. Nate Harrison died at the age of 91 in 1919. Phil Farrar, CW6 News.
Wow.
What a find.
What a story.
Yeah.